Hi, my name is Nicole Iverson, and I will be discussing Apple's accessibility and the features they offer. So, since the start of Apple in 1976, the company has continuously worked to improve their functions as a usage for all of the people that use their products, and it and they're working towards meeting the needs of mankind as they have changed throughout the years. And so, as they've been working to meet the needs, their technology has changed to make sure that anyone with their devices can access them to their full potential. So, throughout this, I'll be talking about four specific features and the options they offer: their speech features, their vision features, hearing features, and mobility features. So, for their speech features, these are features that provide users with capabilities to communicate or enhance their communication if they have difficulty speaking or suffer from speech loss. So, the first feature I'm going to discuss is live speech. This is a feature that is currently in a beta testing, but it looks promising as if it is going to continue and be implemented in the future. So, this will be available across all Apple devices. And it's a feature that allows users to type what they would like to say, and then the device will speak it aloud for the user and others to hear. So if someone is unable to speak or has a speech disability, it allows for them to stay connected during calls or in person and relay their wants and needs in a more public setting. For personal voice, it's strictly available on the iPhone, iPad, and Mac. You can't use it for your AirPods, your watch, or with the new Apple Vision Pro. The users are prompted to complete a guided setup by recording their voice saying a variety of provided statements. This will last roughly about 15 minutes worth. And from there, your intelligence within your phone is going to create a generated voice that sounds like the user. So this can be used for someone that's at risk of using or of losing their voice temporarily or more permanently. There's also spoken content. So this feature will read a selected area of either the whole screen or just a small selected screen. The user can then control the speed and the playback of the voice that's being provided and adjust it to how they would like to hear it or have it be relayed to those around them. This also features a typing feedback so that each letter and word that is typed is spoken aloud. Specifically looking at how students can use these, students that have speech loss or speech impairments can use the live speech feature to effectively communicate with peers or their teachers throughout the whole academic day and be able to take part in classroom discussions with ease. The same can be done with the spoken content when they're specifically looking at something from a reading or from a passage. And by creating the personal voice, they are able to continue to communicate by using their own voice. Now, this again can only be used for someone that has a speech impairment and less speech loss. For vision features, these are features that provides the users with a wide variety of ways that those with vision impairments or vision loss can get the most out of their tech device. So first is audio descriptions. This is available across all Apple products, and when it's enabled, it provides detailed descriptions of visual scenes in movies, videos, TV shows, and even pictures, allowed for those that are visually impaired and unable to accurately or even correctly identify the details of the actions on the screen. VoiceOver in Braille. So again, across all Apple devices, the VoiceOver feature describes what appears on the screen, including if it is in Braille. So the Braille displays can be connected through Bluetooth, or it can be entered directly using a Braille screen input. And with that, the Braille will then be converted over to a text in a caption box, so sighted people are able to read the Braille. Motion and light reductions. This is all Apple devices. And I will say that I use a light reduction on my phone is often in a darker color scheme. It is just easier to look at for me personally. So this means that it adjusts the screen display's brightness as well as any flashes that appear in a video. So if a flash appears during a video or a movie that you're watching on your device, the screen will automatically darken when that flash appears. So when enabling a darker screen mode, the background becomes the darker color and the texts are whiter, making for an easier read, and it is less strenuous on the user's eyes. When it comes to reducing motion, movements in videos become smoother and less choppy, and the same goes with switching between apps. It becomes simpler with less screen movement involved. For students with visual impairments or vision loss, they would now be able to hear an auditory description of images or maps that are being studied instead of relying on other students to provide them, which may not be so accurate. For the Braille accessibility feature, it allows students that require Braille to either receive papers that are accurately embossed or to have Braille writing scanned and translated aloud for them to hear. And students using Macs can adjust the visual settings of their device and darken or enhance any brightness settings that they require for the screen to be set to what they are able to see comfortably. I do know other laptop products such as Microsoft or Google Chromebooks have similar features as well. Hearing features. These features provide users that are deaf or have hearing loss or hearing impairments to communicate and be notified quickly and seamlessly. So first is live captions. This feature is only available through iPhone, iPad, and Mac devices. So the live captions does exactly as it sounds. It provides real-time captions of conversations on phone calls, FaceTime calls, or even audio messages, and can be customized to the size, the placement, and the color of the captions to the user's preference. Sound recognition. This is available on iPhone, iPad, and Apple Vision Pro, so your mobile devices. It identifies certain sounds and uses the device intelligence to send a push notification when it's identified. So, for instance, a fire alarm. It can recognize 15 different sounds and can be trained to recognize sounds unique to the environment that the user requests. So, like a washer and dryer alerting that they're done, or oven alerts that their temperature is set to the correct one. Sensory alerts. Instead of relying on ringtones for calls, the user can choose to set an LED flash or a vibrating alert. Users can also have a picture of a person calling appear on their screen with either of these options. Apple Watches will rely on their own system called the Taptic Engine system, which provides a gentle tap feeling against the wearer's wrist to alert the user that they have a notification coming through. With online learning becoming more and more prominent in education today, students with hearing disabilities also need to be provided the same access to their instruction as those students with hearing ability. So the live captions can be enabled for students when either watching a teacher give a presentation over a video call or while watching an assigned video, allowing the student to receive all of the information as it's being provided. And the sensory alerts can be used when an online learning student is receiving notifications of incoming calls or reminders of upcoming events. Mobility features. These features provide users that struggle with motor skills or are paralyzed to use their personal devices with ease and support. Voice control. Voice control is something that is available on iPhone, iPad, Macs, and Vision Pro. It allows the user to control and command their device by using their voice. It offers a voice control spelling mode that allows for custom spellings to be dictated letter by letter and allows for easy alterations and corrections. Predictive text. This feature limits the amount of typing required when typing on a device by providing 3 or 4 different options of words that align with what has already been typed. The system adjusts as necessary to fit what is being discussed in the messages. Someone with fine motor impairments, instead of typing a whole word, all they might need to type are 2 or 3 letters before the predictive text realizes what they're trying to say, and they can select the word from there on. Alternative input. This allows for head tracking and even eye tracking. So the head tracking follows the user's head and facial movements in order to perform actions, and head movements and eye tracking are used to move the on-screen cursor to the desired area of the screen. And when eye contact with a specific area is prolonged, it signals a left click to open or close an item. For students that have limited mobility and or dexterity with typing and opening documents and creating essays or short written responses can be challenging and laborious. With the voice control feature and the alternative input ability, these students will be able to open new documents with minimal to no motor skills necessary. When typing, the student can continue to use the voice control and turn on the spelling mode to ensure that everything is spelled correctly, or they can also have the option to enable the predictive text so if they do choose to use their physical keyboard to work. The predictive text minimizes the strain in the dexterity and fine motor skills that could be challenging for some students.